Hey, hey, good morning. It is Friday. Hobby Evolution, episode 357. So I was a little unprepared this morning because I had my camera, as you see, as I just set up, was out of whack because I was on Sports Card Nation, which is actually live now with John Newman. Not live now, but it's available. You can listen to it. So it was on John's podcast this week. So we sat down, I think it was Tuesday night, and chatted, and that podcast is available. Check it out, Sports Card Nation. So my camera was out of whack. It's been a busy week. So I think Tuesday morning was the last live show I did. Wednesday morning, I was catching up on shipping, so I didn't go live because I wanted to get a bunch of shipments out. Wednesday night was my fantasy football draft at Buffalo Wild Wings for my office, the only league I'm in. I suck anyway, so I just stick to that one. It's fun. Office pays for it, so you can't beat free wings and beer on the office card. So did that Wednesday night. Last night we had friends over for dinner. So here we are today. And then tomorrow is the Madison Card Show, Sheraton Hotel. I think we're going to have about 35 tables tomorrow, maybe 40, which is a bit about average. We peaked, our peak was June. We had 50 tables. Our low month was April, which it was our very first show, and I think we had 20. But the other months we've been right around between 30 and 35. So looks like we're going to be in that range. I think 35 for tomorrow's show. Zach is with us. Good morning, Zach. Good morning, Diego. Diego, by the way, I still need to mail out your TTM. So I apologize for the delay on that. So this week, so that's what I've been up to outside the hobby. It's been a busy outside the hobby week. Inside the hobby, I ordered, and I think I talked about this Tuesday, I ordered a case of 2021 Topps Pro Debut. I think I probably mentioned it. I have never opened a box of it until this week. I opened a few packs back in, it was probably 2014 was the last time. I know it was prior to 2016, and I say that because yesterday was the anniversary of my dad's passing. It's been 5 years, hard to believe. So he passed away August 26th, 2016. And I remember because I would always, when I broadcasted the softball state finals, it was right around the time, back in this day, it was right around the time that Topps Archives would release. So I was a big Retail Archives fan when it released in early June, and it came out the same week that the high school softball finals were. So I would drive down to Peoria on a Thursday night after work, and I'd usually hit up Target, buy a few blasters, and I'd have a hotel rip, and I'd rip open some archives. So one year we had a wacky schedule because of rain. First 2 weeks of June are always crazy. So there's a card shop. I can't remember. What's up? Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Bob. Bob could probably help me with this because he's from that area. There's a card shop in Peoria over by the mall. And so I hit that shop up, and I bought, I think, a hobby box of Topps Archives, and they had Topps Pro Debut, and I wanted to check it out. And this was before I was really into, I think, Heritage Minors. So it was probably 2015, I would say. Baseball Card City. Thank you, Bob. Baseball Card City, Peoria, Illinois. And I bought a couple, and Bob would like this. I pulled an Alex Rea, and this was when he was a stud prospect, like probably one of his first autographs. I pulled a gold auto numbered to 50 of Alex Reyes, and I ended up selling it for basically the price of what I paid for a few packs. I think I sold it for $30 or $40, and that's probably what I paid for the actually it might have been 6 packs. I think I bought quite a few packs. He didn't have any boxes, just had some packs. So that's the only ripping of Topps Pro Debut I've done until this week. So I ordered from Blowout. And what I love about Blowout, and I think it's based on your region, so because they ship from Virginia, but I ordered it, I think, Monday, and it was shipped Monday night. It was a pre-order. Release day was Wednesday, and it was on my doorstep Wednesday afternoon on release day. That's what I love about Blowout. I haven't had that success, those results from the other big guys, Dave and Adams and Steel City. It's usually, in my experience, and I know that it kind of varies, but in my experience, the others will ship on release day. And that's how I ordered from a card shop. At one point, there was a card shop in Quincy, Illinois that had, they always showed up on Google searches, and they had better pricing than Blowout. Blowout usually has the lowest prices. Sometimes the other two big guys will beat it by $5, but I've had the best success with ordering from Blowout. But everybody else tends to ship on release day. But Blowout ships ahead of time, so you receive it on release day. Now, it's also, you're at the mercy of FedEx, UPS, whoever delivers to get it there on time. So surprisingly, UPS got it here on time. And so I had my fantasy football draft on Wednesday night when I get my case. So I tore through 2 boxes before my draft. And our draft was a little later than usual this year. I think we pushed it back about a half an hour. So I had an extra 30 minutes to tear through a couple boxes of Pro Debut. And then I opened on Thursday, yesterday, I opened half a box, and then I finished it yesterday before our friends came over, and then opened a 4th box. So I've only opened 4 of the 12 boxes that I ordered. I'll probably rip into at least one tonight, maybe 2 tonight. I've got to get all of my cards in the car and get prepared. It's an early morning tomorrow. So we'll see. So I'm through 4 boxes. I'll show off the Cubs. I listed some of my hits. They're upstairs, so I don't have those. So maybe Sunday I'll do a live. Sunday I'll probably have plenty of time. So maybe Sunday after I review the show, I'll rip a box live. So here was, and for some reason, so I think everybody has a quirk with opening boxes and packs. Like, you always save, if there's a thicker pack, you save it for last, or the silver packs and tops, you save those for last, or maybe you have a certain, I'm going to open from the bottom up instead. Some people like rip all of the packs open and then like sort. I can't do that. I want to rip pack at a time. But what I do after I rip, this is kind of a quirk. If I'm opening multiple boxes, which is the case for Pro Debut, I will all of the hits I put in piles. So here's box 1's hits, box 2, box 3, box 4. And I've done this, and I'm doing this with Cubs also. I don't know why. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to why I'm doing this. But for some reason, I've put my first 4 boxes in piles. I'm averaging 11 Cubs cards per box, which is awesome, because I didn't know the checklist didn't come out until Tuesday or Wednesday, and I haven't even looked at it yet because I want to, like, the autos, I want to be surprised by the autos. The Cubs, I wanted to be surprised. Like, I wanted to see these, like back in the old days when they put checklists in the set. I wanted to pull the cards and look at them for the first time, not knowing Christopher Morrell was in the set. So here's Christopher Morrell. He's kind of dropped on the prospect rankings this year with the Cubs. He reached like the top 10, maybe even this preseason or last year, but he's kind of been falling. Cole Franklin's kind of been going up. This is cool. He's started to make the run. So Morrell has a Bowman. Cole Franklin has a Bowman. Cole actually has, I think, a paper auto in Bowman this year in 2021. I like it when they don't have Bowman cards, but I think everybody in here. So Miguel Amaya was the one where it's like, oh, are we going to have another Miguel Amaya card? Because it feels like he's been a prospect for 10 years. So here's Miguel Amaya. He's in a Myrtle Beach Pelicans, which is crazy because Myrtle Beach, well, used to be high A, now it's low A. And so it feels like he should be at Wrigley. Brennan Davis. He's another guy that's he's the top Cubs prospect now, and he's been in a lot of products because he's really jumped up. And I've seen him in the top 20 in some lists. I think Jim Bowden from The Athletic has him at like number 14 overall in baseball's top prospects. So Brennan Davis has really been jumping. Riley Thompson, and I'm kind of wondering if we're like related, because Thompson's a pretty common name, but Riley is from Louisville, Kentucky. So he was born in Evansville, raised in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where my family is from, like that Kentucky area. The Thompsons are from Kentucky via North Carolina and England. Based on ancestry. So I love these. I love these draft pick cards because you know my story, 89 Topps Ty Griffin. That's the genesis of my love for Cubs baseball cards. And so I'm a big fan of these draft pick cards. Ed Howard, number 1 pick back in 2020. He's a Chicago kid. Love it. Ed Howard. And then I was hoping, I knew that it was going to be too late for the trade deadline, guys, obviously, because that was just a month ago. But the Cubs received 4 prospects from the Padres in the Yu Darvish trade. So I'm hoping one of those guys can get in it. Owen Casey has some Bowman cards, but some of the other guys I was hoping would get cards. They didn't. Spoiler alert, but Owen Casey did. And it's a draft pick card, so this is cool. There's also an auto version of this because I have seen that. My buddy Shannon opened some boxes of this, so we're going to work out a Cubs for Cardinals trade. He has an Owen Casey auto. He opened the jumbos, which now it's like I wish I would have bought a case of jumbos instead of hobby. But you do receive 4 autos per hobby box, but the jumbo has, it seems like there's been better hits, and there's also chrome, and he has an Ed Howard aqua chrome refractor. This is one of my favorite prospects. He's fallen off with all of the trades, the prospects that have come to Chicago in trades. Cole Roederer was, I think, as high as number 5 in the organization, and he's dropped down to like number 15 in the lower teens in the prospect rankings. Awesome kid. I've met him a few times, spring training, South Bend Cubs games. Really cool. So I have kind of a side PC going of Cole. Jordan Nwogu, Michigan man, went to University of Michigan. He also has a Bowman card from, I think, this year, or Bowman draft maybe. Cole Roto-Rooter. And then Ethan Hearn. He only has, I think he was in Bowman Chrome last year. So he has very few cards, and he's a young catching prospect. He is, let's see, he was born on August 31st, 2000. So actually he's 21 now, or, well, he'll be 21 in 4 days. So those were my Cubs that was actually from box 1. I think there's a couple, I think I missed Michael McAveen. I'll have to go back through my commons because it's a horizontal card, and he's with the Eugene Emeralds, which is it's like completely opposite. All the other Cubs cards are in like Cub blue, and then Eugene Emeralds have that like neon green. So I think I missed him in the first box, but the second box I was going through, and I'm like, wait, I think Michael McAveen is a Cub. And then so I realized it. So there was probably a Michael McAveen in that first box. Bob says, I have 4 pro debut jumbo boxes coming today. Awesome. The jumbos, everybody is raving about the jumbos. So that's awesome. Tweet those hits. Because I'm like, I even went back to look at pricing. It's like, maybe I should go back and buy a jumbo case, but not going to do it. I'm going to put that money toward Heritage Miners, because now it's like, I didn't know if I was going to do Heritage Miners this year, but I think now I've got the taste of Pro Debut. Now I'm kind of geeked up for Heritage Miners, which I think has been pushed back. Usually it releases in September, but I think I saw that it's like an October, maybe even November release. I'll have to look that up. So I was hoping I would have some time, because I want to open some packs this morning. I'm not going to open the whole box. I don't have time for that, but I'm going to open the top row. So we'll do 3 packs. And what in the first 4 boxes, I have seen an auto in the top. So we'll probably see a top. So Pro Debut 2021. CJ Abrams is on the cover. I'll have to show off my CJ Abrams hit Sunday. I pulled an auto numbered to 10 of Abrams. Now, I do have an issue. As much as I love these cards, I do have an issue. It's quality control, and there's been a lot of dinged corners. In fact, I pulled an auto out of the box I opened last night, and it has a dinged corner. There's been some base cards. Fortunately, up until that auto, all of the dinged corners have been on just common base cards, not even like a Wander Franco or a star card. But I did have an auto that had a dinged corner, and unfortunately, I think it was a gold auto, maybe. Those are numbered to 50. It wasn't like a superstar guy, but nonetheless, it was a dinged corner, and that's unfortunate. So I don't know if it's because the card stock is weak, or if it's just because I open the packs carefully, and I've run into this multiple times, and also in the blowout forums, there's been a lot of people talking about the issues they've had, and some people are talking about collation issues as well. I haven't really paid attention. I've just been putting. I usually when I open multiple boxes, I'll put them in like number order, so it's easier to sort. So I can, if I'm looking for Ethan Hearn, boom, all of them. He's card number 121. So in the 100 pile or the 120 pile, and then easier to sort that way. But since I'm opening them all in like random times, like a box here, a box there, half a box at lunch, 3 packs in the morning, it kind of spread all over. So anyway, enough of me running my mouth. Let's open some Pro Debut packs. And it looks like there may be a hit in this one. So this is pack number 1. We're going to open 3 packs. Jose Rodriguez, White Sox. For Zach. Who's this? I can't see. And the Cody Hosey from the Dodgers. I guess I'm just going to have to pull back a little bit. Grant McCray of the Giants. I've actually been selling quite a few of his first Bowmans. Oh, we've got a backwards card. It's a Tiger. It's an auto. Colt Keith. So here's one of the 4 autos in this box. This is my 5th box that I've opened. So Colt Keith, put him over here to sleeve him up. Base card of Wildered. I've never heard of that name. Wildered Patino. The draft pick Nick Lofton from the Royals. And we've got Shea Langoliers of the Braves and Gabriel Moreno. So that was pack number 1. Colt Keith auto. Put those over there. Let's open a second pack. We've got a draft pick there on the bottom. So Kobe Mayo, number 1 draft. Or I guess these aren't number 1 draft picks. I think it's just draft picks, because they have different. I think that's Hunter Green. Hunter Green, he's been a prospect for years. Oh, Jordan Walker, he's a stud. He's going to be climbing the prospect rankings. I'm surprised he hasn't already. He is hot in the hobby. His card prices are bonkers. Cody Hosey power insert. Those are pretty cool. I love the lightning in the background. We've got Alfonso Rivas. I think he's with the Cubs now. He was drafted by the A's. So, yeah, I think he came in whatever the trade was to Oakland. Aaron Sabato, draft pick. This is Kevin Alcantara, and he is with the Cubs now. Came in the Rizzo trade. And Jared Jones, Pirates pitcher, draft pick. So let's go to pack number 3. This is the last pack I'll open here this morning. Oh, we have a Cub at the bottom. Simon Muzziotti. Clearwater Threshers, which I believe is the Phillies. So here we've got Nolan Jones. These darn horizontal cards. Michael Ciani. Dayton Dragons. This is Xavier Warren, Brewers. Pitcher, who's that? Matt Manning, Tigers. He's another guy that seems like he's had cards forever. Freudis Nova. And here we've got a run on the Cubs. Cole Franklin and Miguel Amaya. So a couple of Cubs. So that's what I'm going to open this morning. I'll show off the hit again. Get a sleeve for Colt. Colt Keith base auto. Very nice. So we'll put him over here, put him on eBay eventually. So that's what I had for today. Herman's with us. Good morning. Was listening to you on Sports Card Nation and missed the notification. Bummer. Well, hey, at least you caught that. So that's what I had for today. So no live show tomorrow. Madison Card Show tomorrow, 9 to 3, Sheraton Hotel on John Nolan Drive, Madison, Wisconsin. I have about 35 tables, I think. I'll have all of my bargain boxes. I'll have a stack of Topps Pro Debut base in the 25-cent boxes. I've got some 71 Topps beaters that'll be in the 25-cent boxes. So those are some new additions to the bargain boxes. Haven't decided if I'm a buyer. I haven't finished my case opening Topps Pro Debut. I'm really trying to, I think I have enough inventory for my eBay store. So if a deal falls in my lap, I'll buy, but I'm not actively seeking out to purchase tomorrow. Unlike when I was at the Dells and at the Rockford show, I was looking for buys, and I succeeded. Found some good stuff at both shows. So that's tomorrow. My eBay store inventory this week's been crazy, so I'm a little behind on those goals. So when I talked about it, I laid my plan out, I think, on this past week and maybe Sunday's show. So I've my average at that point was 3,000 listings. I've bumped that up using File Exchange. I think as of this morning, I'm a little over 3,200. My daily sales average has gone up from 33 sales per day to a little over 34 sales per day. So I'm trending in the right direction. Monetarily, it's down, so I need to bump that up. But with that, the more inventory, the more money coming in. So that's how that works. So I do have about probably 200 baseball cards. Photos are uploaded. Now I just need to spend a couple hours and get those typed in. I've got a lot of eBay sales from this week, so I don't know if I'll get those tonight, but I'll have a big card dump is what I call it. A big card dump in my eBay store at some point this weekend. Saturday night, maybe Sunday, who knows. But at some point this weekend, I'll get that card dump in. And, I'd like to be at 3,500 listings by the end of the weekend. So if I can get those in, File Exchange, listing some Pro Debut hits, I think I can get there because I'm around 3,250 or between 3,200 and 3,250. So if I can get to 250 to 300 listings in my store, and also up above that threshold of 34 a day. So I'll need more than 300, I guess. So that's kind of the weekend plan. So I will be live Sunday morning, and I'll review the show. I'll show off some of my hits from Pro Debut from my first 4 boxes and any boxes that I will open between now and then. So I will be live on Sunday. So have a great weekend. And if you're around the southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois area, hope to see you at the show tomorrow. Have a wonderful Friday, and we'll talk here on Sunday.